Hello everyone, this is Jun Shorin from IDB. First of all, on behalf of IDB, I would like to welcome our guests from all over the world to join us in this conference, the 2020 World Telecom Smart City Conference Transformation to Sustainability. Because of COVID-19, we cannot invite everybody to be in Taiwan physically to experience Taiwan smart city development, but through this online or virtual conference, we can still learn from each other. And in smart city development, I think people always care about sustainable issue. And in this session, we are going to talk about how to build sustainable environment in smart city. In today's agenda, we can hear experts from Indonesia, Indosat, Thailand, Dtac, to share their experience in smart city development. And we can also hear from two Taiwanese companies, CIRC and Cameo, to share their cases in Taiwan. I encourage all our guests to take time and learn from each other in this virtual conference. Thank you again.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. Thank you for joining this online conference today. I'm happy to be here among all distinguished audience and smart city expertise. Today I'm going to share to all of you about Indonesia Smart City opportunity in the post-pandemic era. My name is Supriyadi, PV IoT and Digital Applications Indosat Ooredoo. My presentations today will consist of three topics. The first topic, I'm going to share about pandemic crisis and the impact to Indonesia consumer behavior, the shifting trends, and its impact to the current smart city development. The second topic, I want to highlight about the current smart city progress in Indonesia and what are the program and initiatives that happening now. And the last, a brief update about Indosat Ooredoo Smart City and how it supports city in the pandemic and the era new normal. Indonesia is still in the crisis. The pandemic still haunted all the people in many cities in Indonesia. For the time being, Indonesia has entered an early critical phase, and the pandemic predicted will reach the peak at the early of October, with about more than 160,000 infection cases and 4.7 death ratio. This number is higher than the average death ratio globally. Therefore, the pandemic crisis management becomes the top priority for central and also the regional government. COVID-19 brings deep impact to the society from life threat, economic downturn, and the social changes. The fear from infection changes Indonesia's culture. And now, even it creates a new habit. These all changes then should be anticipated by all the stakeholders, government, industry, as well as the society. The ability to respond the shifting trend is the key for government and industry in the context of smart city. The expert has been predicting there will be 4 mega shift on customer behavior. The right response to the trend shifting is the key for the government as well as industry in the context of smart city. In this slide, we can see for trend on the mega shift that happen currently in this country. The first trend is stay-at-home lifestyle. We can see now in Indonesia, working from home, school from home becomes to a new normal. Physical interaction is no longer a necessity right now. People now are used to do all the activities and fulfill the needs from home. Working, playing, living at home becomes the new habit. The second trend is go online or virtual. Physical distancing forces people to interact virtually. Online meeting becomes a new normal right now. Utilizations of mobile applications massively occur, such as e-commerce, e-payment, online learning, online doctor, as well as various government services like e-permit, e-procurement, and many other solutions. The third mega shift is new consumption habit, which is the trend that shifting people needs. If we refer to theory Maslow about the people motivational needs, now we can see it was shifted from the top layer of pyramids into the bottom layer of pyramid. Before, people concerned about how to fulfill their self-actualizations now, they tend to focus on how to fulfill their basic needs like food, healthy, and also the safety. And the last trend is shifting the rise of empathic society. People now more empathic and compassionate with each other. These trends eventually will change how the people, the customer want to be served. Therefore, it is important for the industry, service provider, as well as the government to align their services to catch up with the new disruptions. Post-pandemic challenges and digital opportunity. Beyond all the challenges from the pandemic, we can see lots of opportunity from smart city and digital solutions to solve multi-dimensions of the urban problem in Indonesia, such as massive urbanizations that will be occur with all the issues that come afterward. Based on predictions in Indonesia, about 68% of populations is estimated to live in urban areas by 2025. I am sure that without proper management, it will trigger many problems in the future. Digital initiative that has been planned by the cities on the smart city roadmap will be even more accelerated by the pandemic COVID-19. Therefore, the predictions of 30% productivity growth and new product revenue driven by digital transformation seems to make sense. Well, we have discussed the first topic about the pandemic and the 4 mega shifts in Indonesia. Now we are stepping into the next topic about smart city update and initiatives. Smart city in Indonesia has been started since 2017. Initiated by government through 100 smart city movement. In this program, central government selected 100 out of 514 cities in Indonesia. These cities were selected based on city readiness and certain criteria. It should have readiness on the infrastructures, budget allocations, and human resources before they selected by central government. After choose, the cities should conduct assessment and then defining smart city master plan based on guidelines and framework that already prepared by central government. Well, basically, smart city Indonesia grouping all the initiatives into 6 pillars. We can see here there are smart governance, smart society, smart branding, smart environment, smart living, and the last is smart economy. Smart governance is the pillars that has objective to build more communicative, effective, efficient of the governance with continuous improvement by adopting various technology and innovations. And smart society, it aims to build dynamic socio-technical ecosystem of society, both physical and virtual, to achieve productive, communicative, and digital literate people. Smart branding has objective to increase regional competitiveness by restructuring the face of city and various marketing activity that they do in the area of regional as well as the international. Smart environment aims to increase effectiveness and sustainable environment governance. Smart living has objective to create decent, comfortable, and efficient living environments. And the last, smart economy, with ambitions to build an ecosystem that support community economic activities, adaptive with the current situations through cashless society. So that's all the Indonesia Smart City and its 100 Smart City movement. The framework for Indonesia Smart City can be seen in this slide. We can see there are several layers that should be considered as the common framework. The bottom layer, Smart City Readiness layer, is the main foundations that must be prepared and built by the cities. Lack of ICT infrastructures is the main issue of most cities in Indonesia. Therefore, ICT infrastructure development to be put as the first step in the master plan, such as building fiber optic network that connect all the municipal offices, as well as deploying the command center or building data center is become to their first priority. The second layer is lensing layer. It is the last mile that will generate enormous data such as government assets, either fixed or mobile, people mobility, environment data, that all need to be managed properly by the government for further analysis. In the applications layer, most of cities deploy multiple vertical platform for smart solutions. For example, like smart governance, smart environment, or smart branding. I think all of them still struggling to monitor and operate all the applications. This was happens due to the smart solutions already built before they start the program, or they it is already there before the smart city master plan built. Yeah. Therefore, city needs to build horizontal platform that can gather all the data into a single city big data to build sustainable smart city operations and get more benefit from smart city implementations. In this slide, we can see the 4 areas as a current focus for the city in the context of smart city development in the era of post-pandemic era and situations. The first layer is governance related, which is the implementations of e-government to increase public service effectiveness during COVID-19 and also in the era of new normal. It should align with new behavior of the people, which is running in the digital way, such as e-permit, e-procurement, e-report, and many others. The second layer is public service solutions, which is it has objective to increase citizens' involvement and satisfactions by accelerating smart city applications development that related with citizens' government interactions to enable citizens' involvement towards the city development. The third layers is solutions to support economy resilience, which is how to leverage digital applications or utilizations many IoT technology to support government or small medium business revenue streamline. like e-commerce, e-payment, e-tax, digital POS, digital lending, and many other applications. And the last is solutions that related with efficiency of the operations. For example, smart lighting. Smart lighting can automate all the utility operations. So then, through automations, power consumptions can be reduced, and it also, in the same times, can extend the equipment lifetime, and eventually will reduce the total cost of ownerships on the utility, especially the street lighting. After all the applications deployed, then to support operational of multi-SIPL, a single window applications is needed to give holistic view about the problem and giving the appropriate response. The live dashboard can consist of several informations such as real-time city conditions, intelligent data analytics to support faster decisions, and the last is smart city management, which is it can ease the city governance effectively and efficiently. In terms of smart city solution, Indosat Ooredoo has, as one of city technology partner, has developed and delivered several smart solutions. The solutions is customized based on city needs and unique characteristic. The first solutions that already delivered is single window city. Single window city leveraging cloud technology for reliable and scalable system. These applications basically is a super apps that gather all the city informations in mobile apps. For example, like city info, city activities, tourism, city event, and many other informations. It can be easily edited and populated in mobile apps. The second solution is focused on the handling of COVID-19 by leveraging computer vision technology, artificial intelligence, and also the big data. The solution will be converting the existing city CCTV assets into smart appliance. Computer vision technology will enable the city to process and analyze captured image or video for further purpose. For example, face recognitions with detailed body temperature. So then city can monitor whether in certain crowd area there are potential infected people or not, or even to monitor detections of social distancing violations, and monitoring the implementations of healthcare protocol in the new normal era. This platform also flexible to be used for the common city use cases such as traffic monitoring, security monitoring, environment surveillance, disaster monitoring, and etc. etc. And the third solutions is this is the existing and the most common smart city solutions, which is it has 4 layers. The first layers is solutions related with the governance, which is integrated permit application system, and also citizens involvement applications. The next layer is smart solutions related with the businesses. It comprises of e-tax features that can support the government to collect the tax from the community, and e-parking solutions that can be used for both of on-street or off-street area, e-commerce solutions for small medium business, and the last is smart payment system that can it can be integrated with digital devices like Android ADC or Smart ADC. The next layer is solutions related with the cost efficiency, like smart lighting that been discussed earlier. Smart bin, this is solutions that can support operations in terms of waste management. Vehicle telematics, solutions to manage all the vehicle assets, as well as the monitoring of mobility on the vehicles. The next is connectivity, closed user group, and instant offices, and also the unified collaborations solutions. And the last is solutions related with public service, like digital library, smart city applications, smart CCTV that also has been described in the early slide, smart weather monitoring, and traveler information system. And the last is our solutions that derived from the existing data of cellular users, which is the people mobility dashboard. These solutions utilize cellular-based data to analyze people movement, for examples, or even it can be used to track the potential COVID spread and infections. Currently, these solutions has been used to support the governments to do the traffic re-engineerings or to do the re-engineering on the public transportations aspect. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I have arrived at the end of my presentations. As a conclusion, the pandemic and the new normal has accelerated smart city development. The post-pandemic era creates disruptions that should be anticipated by government and also all the stakeholders. Collaboration between government, industry, and community required to maximize smart city digital opportunities. Thank you for your attention. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Hello everyone, my name is Nalit Dongkerlatishot from Dtac. Today I'm going to talk about the smart city across Thailand. But before I'm going to talk about the smart city, I would like to share about the Dtac Foundation and what about our background. We are one of mobile operator in Thailand that currently we have about 19 million customers. Dtac had founded in 1989 by Thai owner called Mr. Bunchai Benjalongkakun. And in 2000, we have the main shareholder from Norway Telenor Group. Currently, we have about 414 owned and 88,000 partner channels. We have more than 4,000 employees, and we focus at the mobile. We have the revenue about 19.16 billion Thai baht, and the EBITDA margin about 48.8%. The asset base value about 163 billion Thai baht. We have the spectrum cover for low band spectrum, mid band spectrum, and high band spectrum. For low band, we have 700 MHz and 900 MHz. For mid-band spectrum, we have 1800 MHz, 2100 MHz, and 2300 MHz. For high band, we have 26 GHz. We also have massive MIMO, which is 3 times better speed for 4G period network. And we also have 26 GHz and 700 MHz to roll out for the 5G network in the near future. Dtac business brand, we would like to tell to the customer like we are simple, we are honest, and we can engage like a human. What we will deliver to our customer, we would like to get the convenient, worry-free, best value, fair, and caring to all of our customers. Next, I would like to share about smart city vision and practice across Thailand. Before I would like to go in detail, I would like all of you to know about the background for the smart city concept. The government have the foundation form available of the law and regulation, and they have the goal as usable for 77 pre-smart city across the country, and also have the goal for solvable problem at 3 smart EEC. EEC meaning for Eastern Economic Corridor. And the government had planned for innovative and sustainable goal for 7 smart cities. This foundation coming from 2 questions, what and how. What is livable, efficiency management, and sustainable. How coming from how to create the knowledge and awareness. How the government structure of smart city. How to revise the law, regulation, and standards. How to correct and share the data. How to facilitate R&D and innovation, and how to expand the success model to other areas. So this is the foundation that Thailand government had been done for the smart city roadmap over the 5 years. Next, we have 6 smart city domains, but we have 7 types of the smart city. I want to talk one by one, starting from smart mobility. We are looking for safe and accessibility, efficient, and sharing for smart mobility. As smart mobility, it will be more on transportation and logistics management. For smart economy, we are looking for ease of doing business, networking, and innovating for the business innovation and transformation. Smart living, we are looking for the quality of life. In Thailand, we are focusing at healthcare services, public safety, living comfort. For smart people, we concern on the social and human capital. We are focusing to digital awareness, lifelong learning, and citizen-centric. For smart governance, we would like to participate accessible, citizen-centric, and transparent with the governance. The last part is about smart energy and environment. We are focusing at efficient, green, and environmental friendly. Next, I would like to talk about type of smart city. As I mentioned before, we have 7 types of smart cities, starting from smart environment, meaning that the city can consider the impact on the environment and climate change by using the technology like water management, weather care, waste management, and disaster surveillance. For smart economy, meaning that we use digital technology to create additional value in the economy and effectively manage resources like intelligent agriculture city, intelligent tourist city, for example. Smart energy, meaning that the city can manage energy efficiency, balance between production and energy consumption, and to reduce the energy from the system. Smart governance, meaning that to develop a government service system to facilitate stakeholders who have access to government information by focusing on transparency and participation, and also looking for continuously update through the application of the innovation services. Next, smart living, meaning that city had developed facility taking into account of the universal design, providing people with the good health and quality of life, safe and have a happy life. For smart mobility, meaning that the city focused on developing traffic system, intelligent transportation to guide the country by increasing the efficiency and connectivity of various transportation systems. Smart people, meaning that the city is aimed to develop the knowledge, skill, and the environment to the people. Conducive to lifelong learning, reduce social and economic and innovation and public participation. Smart city type, you can see on the map, it can show by the level of the color. Low light green, meaning that such area had only one type of smart city. The strong green, meaning that it had more amount of the smart city, starting from 1 smart city until 7. In Thailand, we have about 40 locations that plan for the smart city projects. For the smart city development plan, starting from 2018 and until 2019, we plan to have 10 smart cities in 7 provinces. And then during 2019 to 2020, we add more about 30 smart cities in 24 provinces. In year 2020 to 2021, we are focusing at 60 smart cities in another 30 provinces, and we aim to achieve more than 100 smart cities in 2022, cover all 76 provinces and Bangkok. In 2019-2020 pilot smart project, we have Chiang Mai, Khon Kaen, Ubon Ratchathani, Udon Thani, Phuket, EEC, and the border like Thailand, Laos. For example, in Bangkok, we are planning for safe, smart facilitator, green and quality of life for all. Another example, in Khon Kaen, we plan for quality of life and opportunity for innovation, like we have City Lab, we have Incubate and data platform. So this is, for example, like we are planning for the smart city for each region. Another 3 examples of smart city project I would like to talk about Pattaya, for example, Phahonyothin in Bangkok and Phuket. In Pattaya, we have smart environment, living, and mobility. In Bangkok, Phahonyothin, we have mobility, people, energy, and living. In the south, at Phuket, we have environment, living, mobility, and economy. For Pattaya City, the objective is this city will be the main tourist of Thailand, and the target to develop a tourist city near the Bangkok to be modern, convenient, and safe for tourists, both of Thai and foreigners. In Pattaya City, is provide like a innovation hub, energy hub, also have a big data center, robotic and IoT, digital content, and any other for future telecommunication infrastructure nearby the household. So in Pattaya City, we have smart environment, smart living, and smart mobility plan. The next is Phahonyothin in Bangkok. The government aim to focus at smart mobility center. So we have the area quite big, allow 3.72 square meter. The goal is to develop this area into the business center, and we have the transportation hub connect between Bangkok Central to Northeastern region, and connect to across Asia and China. In Phuket Smart City, the government aim at smart mobility center and also smart city infrastructure, city data platform, management mechanism. For infrastructure, we are looking for transportation, Wi-Fi hotspot, LoRaWAN, and NB-IoT networks. For city data platform, the government had city data platform to connect the tourist information, vehicle, investment and environment, and also have the operation center. For management mechanism, we have the PMC between public and private sector. We have the Phuket City Development Plan with the private sector. This is the showcase at Phuket Smart City. We have Phuket City Data Platform Framework, and we have the application to manage on smart environment, wastewater, and even the water quality in Phuket area. We also have smart safety like CCTV to monitor all area in the city. And we also have free Wi-Fi tourist behavior analysis across the city. I would like to talk for another smart city called Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC. EEC includes 3 provinces nearby Bangkok, like Chachoengsao, Chonburi, and Rayong. So at EEC, will be the area that create multiple infrastructure. The smart city is the one that we are focusing here. If you can see on the map, we have New Pattaya City in Chonburi province. We have New Rayong City, and we have New Chachoengsao City at the smart city in EEC area. In EEC, there are very huge investment from public and private sector. The value about 1.7 trillion baht in the first 5 years is including for international airport, hospital, tourist industry, motorway, railway, high-speed rail, port at Mataput, something like this. This is some area for the Ton Park in Chonburi. We have smart logistics at EECL. We have smart city platform. Here we have IoT Institute, startup incubation and acceleration metro. We have digital playground, cybersecurity, advanced big data cloud and data center here. So the facility had allocated in the smart city in EEC area to support both of the investor and the employer in this area. In EEC, we have the location called Lam Chabang. Lam Chabang, the goal will be the EEC hub, clean environment, and work-life balance. We have the Thailand Digital World layer here. We also have IoT and Digital Innovation Institute, with each cover 20,000 square meters. Approximately 60% of this area will be designed for 5G lab, cloud innovation lab, AI design lab, and data analytics center. So this is about EEC Smart City. For Dtac ourselves, we also have the Smart City vision to support multiple applications. For example, we are starting from smart writing, smart environment, smart building or security, smart parking, asset tracking, and even smart energy and smart meter. We are working with the application through our network, both of 4G and 5G, and we use our own IoT platform to support the application, and we are focusing on the segment in the market together with smart industry like transportation, agriculture, healthcare, or even factory. Today, I would like to share about the smart city from Dtac as a final presentation. I would like you to understand more on Thailand Smart City and Dtac Smart City Vision. If you have any question about Thailand Smart City, please feel free to contact GSMA, contact organizer, or even contact to me directly. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Jimmy Chen from the CIRC, Cotronic Intelligent Robotics Corporations. We are a separate subsidiary of the Cotronic Group. I'm very glad to have this opportunity to introduce our company and also our intelligence autonomous drone solution to you all. First of all, I would like to brief the introduce our company's Cotronic Group. Cotronic was established in 1992, 20 years ago, and the capital is about 115 million US dollars, and the annual turnover is closing 2 billions US dollars, which with more than 16,000 employees worldwide. Currently, the major business of Cotronics are DLP projector and also backlight major for displays, which are ranking worldwide number 1 and number 2 shipment volume. Cotronic also has been able to cultivate many new business such as CIRC. We provided a commercial drone and robots, and we also have different new company to provide like cloud service, service matter, and smart display and health care service. In fact, Cotronics has positioned this new business as next growth engines and believe that they could certainly bring the Cotronic to next horizon in a near future. Actually, in this slide, I would like to update some our achievement and milestone. Actually, CIRC is an internal startup and established in 5 years ago, and we developed some professional AV drones in the beginning, and then we official spin off in the end of 2017 and developed uh, auto recharging nest and also FMS fleet management systems to the fully autonomous drone platform uh, and for vertical applications. Now we are working with some strategic partner, especially in telecom company like KDDI in Japan and Chunghwa Telecom CHT in Taiwan. We just announced the first 5G drone solution in Taiwan and also won the top 10 drone technology solutions from CIO magazine. So because of we are focused on the commercial market, so compared to the traditional manual drones, which needs the professional pilot and to frequency exchange the battery, even more take a lot of manual works for the data processing. We just launched our autonomous drone solution to do all these activity automatically without any manual operation, like for auto takeoff, patrol, and precision landing and recharging. Um, we also can use the 4G LTE or 5G for the real-time video streaming and remote controlled via the 4G and 5G signal. So we can do the real-time detection and the recognitions through the AI technology. Our platform include the intelligent drones, charging stations, fleet management system, and also the weather stations. For example, for the security and scenario, with the alarm system has been triggered by the intruder or on the pre-scheduled patrol missions. Our drone will doing the auto takeoff and monitoring or routing the patrol missions and provide real-time front-end video capturing back to the security control center after mission complete. Drone will auto return home and landing for recharging and stand by for next missions. So our solution is the fully autonomous and could be well performed 24 hours and 7 days and capable for the providing our client with the security surveillance service. In order, I think for the safety always will be comes first. So we put the different redundancies systems, not only for the hardware but also for the software to 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 uh, have the good and safety product as the highest design principle, include digital monitoring, weatherproof, and also avoidance and redundancy design to ensure the flight safety, actually. We also verify our solutions via the industrial level and the military grade standards. We use the MIL standard A10G in the state. We refer that and do our development and testing, actually. So our advantage also have the for autonomous operation and also AI-based platform and high quality and 100% inspection uh, for the field flight test before shipping. Uh, we also design our own software, include a fleet management system that is able to control our drones and to do the mission planning, uh, field planning, and also um, real-time video or alarm. We also record all the data and history uh, from the flight. So we will have the a flight dashboard to monitor the weather, history, and also this device status to make sure all the mission successfully. We also provide some data application service we call Insight. It's including the uh, geography informations, and also we can capture all the data from the drone to do the 3D modeling or measurement in different kind of applications like security or uh, aerial survey or disaster management, I think. And we for a different specific application, we also can train in different AI module and do the edge AI to have different analysis from the drone uh, for different specific applications. So currently, we have different application involved. So our drone solution can be well applied to the security, surveillance, and also infrastructure inspection like a power grid or cell tower inspection, in which our drone solution can be certainly um, provide higher efficiency with lower cost. More important, much safer way to tower inspections, and there are much more applications such as the disaster or the hub delivery or surveying and 3D mapping, etc. Uh, in this slide, I would like to uh, brief our autonomous drone solution has been successful demonstrated and also installed in different fields and the industry worldwide. Not only for the US, you can see our system also provide a security service in Google data center and some monitoring service for Boeing and have different case also in Japan like the engineering survey for Fujita and oil tanks inspection for Japan Oil Gas and Metal Corporations. So basically, we have different systems around the world. For use case in Taiwan, we also built many cases like a security patrol for Hsinchu Science Park facility inspection for Innolux, one of the largest display company in the world. And we also co-work with the local police for the event monitoring and some field security with the Taiwan CIRCOM actually. In this slide, we also provide different mapping and disaster management service for not only for the enterprise but also for the Taiwan government, such as the inspection for the Mudan Dam and the landslide inspection for Suhua Highway actually. As for the we also have the different success case and co-work with telecom company like the KDDI in Japan. We co-work with KDDI and the LG U Plus and development the new drone platform to have different applications. We also launched the first 5G drone solutions in Taiwan with Zhonghua Telecom company. So I think that will have the better real-time 4K video streaming quality and reduce the battery consumption and have a greater data processing in real time. So there are very different applications in the future, I think. So we do see there are very great potentials and opportunities to integrate autonomous drone as a value adder for telecom service. For instance, to increase network usage and data service, particular under the inevitable trend of 5G and AIoT. Moreover, if we integrate the drone service into extending tens of thousands of cell towers, they could be the excellent footprinters for telecom companies to extend their value-added service, such as community surveillance, landslide, uh, landslide monitoring, as well as corporate monitoring for the architecture. So actually, we have been working with some leading telecom companies to build a POC proof of concept. We also have a demo site in Korea, Japan, Malaysia, and Taiwan. By the way, we have just finished the deployment for our autonomous drone solution for Taiwan Chonghua Telecom Company to demonstrate their 5G technology. We also have different awards like Top 10 Drone Technology Company and Smart City Innovations Award and different project with government actually. So I think it is very good opportunity to share about our company and our solutions. So that's my presentation today. Thank you all for your listening, and please let me know if you have any questions. You can search our website, CIRC or YouTube channel to understand more details or product application and spec. Thank you again for your listening. Have a nice day.
Hello everyone, we are Taiwan Cameo team and I'm Xiao Qian. Cameo is a team that uses IoT data focusing air pollution issues in Taiwan. And here's an overview data from Taiwan EPA. So far, Taiwan EPA has deployed 8,300 environmental IoT microsensors. And these sensors deployed 16 cities and across over 90 industrial areas. And it collects PM 2.5 and VOC data. These microsensors collect data over 3.2 billion per year, and we use this data for air pollution's AI analysis on a national scale. So, what do we do after we collect IoT data in Taiwan? Based on the IoT sensor data, we can automatically produce air pollution hotspot maps for each cities. And these can help us identify the PM 2.5 pollution hotspots and the city levels or in street levels. So if we have sufficient data, it can narrow down the suspicious factories for the air pollution's contributions. So the environmental police can trace and identify those factories in street levels and put their efforts into find out which factories are more pollutant. And the benefits of data visualizations can be seen in this map. You can see from the map that the PM 2.5 here, and it spreads with the wind directions. So it spread. And here comes questions that, do you think factory A or factory B is more responsible for the pollutions? So we can see the data visualizations that in this case factory A is more likely to be suspicious factories. So the environmental police can trace these factories rather than two of them. And here's the short videos. In Taiwan, we deployed more than 8,000 microsensors across 16 cities. And we use this data for analysis and find out the time and the day. Environmental police can go check. And we can use this analysis results along with other equipment to find out other evidence. And this evidence can help environmental police to find out the illegal factories which are responsible for pollutions. And it can protect our clean air and clear sky. So Cameo Air is the product we provided, and it can separate it into two parts. The first part is big data infrastructure, and the second one is PM 2.5 hotspot analysis. So, and big data infrastructures, as you can see, there's a lot of sensors. So the first challenge is these sensors created real data over 3.2 billion per year. So the challenge is how can we deal with this big data. So we used parallel computing framework to speed up the computation for our system, and our data collection modules can be built on either public or private cloud services. And for IoT PM 2.5 hotspot analysis, we can see in our platforms, we can identify pollution hotspots and also use it in street levels to street levels. And this can help environmental police to identify suspicious factories. And also we can find out the pollution event in time series analysis. So we can check if it happened on Tuesday and midnight. And also we can open it on Google Maps. So environmental police can go check for it. And secondly, combined with wind direction and specific time intervals, we can use this data to narrow down suspicious source of pollutions. You can use this data and compare it with each other to see the details of each spot. And hotspot systems also can be seen here in our system. We can see the heat map, and along with the wind direction data, we can find out which factory is more closest to the pollution area. So we can zoom in from the big city levels to street levels. And also, we combine AR and 3D city models to visualize the data of air quality. This is very useful when displaying the census data to the public. People can vividly see the pollution data in the 3D environments. And apart from hotspot systems, we also provide the event notifications. Event notifications can be sent through line or other media. And you know that environmental police can check their dashboard 24 hours a day. So if they can get the pollution alert from their phone or their other message, they can go check for the pollutions and take some actions. And in the event notifications, the message information includes the pollution event number and the time information, and also the PM2.5 concentrations, and also the pollution related IoT sensors. So as we know the background and the details informations of our product Cameo Air, we can go through the case studies. And there are two stories we want to share. The first one is about school. In Taichung, Taiwan, 2017, there's a high school. They constantly complaining that they feel very dizzy and uncomfortable because of a bad smell. So the environmental bureau start to trace, but there are so many factories. Where should the environmental police take a start? So we tried to identify illegal factories through IoT sensors hotspot analysis. So IoT can really help. At the time, we provide different levels analysis reports. So step 1, we use city level pollution map to identify the hotspot areas. And step 2, we use street level pollution maps to identify suspicious factories. And step 3, environmental police make an inspection of suspicious factories. They go on site and check for more evidence of it. And after they got enough evidence, they can reveal pollution illegal behavior, and the factories of illegal emissions got fined, and the environmental police got some rewards of their behavior. So in the end of the story, the factories in Taiwan which emitted air pollution illegally are fined 700,000 US dollars last year in October. And many news reported of it because it's a very huge amount of money in Taiwan. And here comes the case study number 2. You can see from the pictures that the news reported there's a fire because of the tire factory. And it is very difficult to trace the impact of air pollution by hot fire. So how do we know the impact of fire, how far or how long it lasts? In Cameo Air, we took the IoT data for time-space visualizations of PM2.5 concentration. And in the map, you can clearly see where the fire event starts, and how long it lasts, and how far it impacts. So the PM2.5 moving with the wind and impact all these areas, and it has lasted for more than 20 hours. So the animation is auto-generated in our system. And also you can see the pollution was transported with wind directions until 7:30 in the afternoon. So if I live here or if I work here, 7:30 is the time that I need to pick up my child or have some dinner or hang out with friends after work. So I think I have the right to know that the quality of air in these surroundings, and I need to note whether this fire events impact my air quality. So with these applications and through IoT data, we can have more understandings about our environment, proceeding impact evaluations for health risk and the environment. And we Cameo team believe that changes are happening, and together, let's make our future a better place. Thank you for your listening.
Hi. Taiwan has been enabling smart city technologies and solutions for many years, aiming to become a new model for smart cities in Asia. Under Taiwan Smart City Project Framework launched by Industrial Development Bureau, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Taiwan, we now have more than 200 projects running across 22 cities and counties in Taiwan. Due to outbreak of COVID-19, we are now looking for new ways to share Taiwan smart solutions with the world. Here we have a virtual platform allowing solution seekers and visitors to get a glimpse of what Taiwan has to offer. So for example, if you search by categories, I'll go with tourism. And you can see with the boxes on the right side, and just simply tick the box. And then you will see the key elements that you want to know. And another example is the same. So I hope you enjoyed this virtual platform. And as the top-notch ICT landmark, we would like to provide smart city solutions to our global partners, share our experiences, and build a working platform for smart cities development with you. And if you are interested or have any questions, please go to www.smartcitytw360.com. Enjoy!
Hello, everyone. Now we have moved on to our panel discussion. And let me welcome our moderator, Terrence Wong, Marketing Department Director, APAC of GSMA. And we have 4 panelists. We have Supriyati from Indosat. And we have Narit from Dtac. And we have Jimmy Chen from Cortronic Intelligent Robotics Corporation. And we have Yiting Liu, and she's from Cameo. And now I move my microphone to Terrence. Thank you, Terrence.
Thank you, Mackie. So welcome again for all our panelists. So I think today's panel discussion, we are going to talk about how a smart city can help to build a sustainable world. So I think sustainability is a very powerful force for positive change to our world. Of course, it could drive innovation, transformation, and a lot of improvements across all the society. People actually think about sustainability, no longer just talk about energy saving. It will be expand the scope because the city actually have more and more people moving in, right? So it would create a lot of challenge, urban growth, right, with huge population, transportation, and also carbon footprint. So it will affect the people's quality life and life balance. So with this such a good topic, I really want to ask our panelists, how do you think about, I think you have all deployed a lot of projects in smart city. So what are the policy measures or any model that already apply or you already see in your cases, how to achieve such a sustainability goal, right? So maybe I just ask Narit, what's your experience about this policy measure or model you that already apply in your cases?
Okay, I would like to talk in general because the smart city in Thailand, we have to deal both of private sector and public sector. But it's quite clear for certain area that the government, they have the grant and then the private sector will be rolled out for some certain area. The criteria for smart city development, they have five key areas that we need to think about before we start the project. First, they want to know the clearly defined area and the goal for the projects before we plan to start talking with the private sector. Not only the project that we are looking for, it needs to be rely on the policy as well. And the proposal need to have the guideline for the development of urban infrastructure, meaning that even the government, they have the master plan. Some smart city project need to rely on overall infrastructure that they are looking for, and they want to look at the big picture on the project that we are planning to do, even with the private sector. If we do in small certain area, maybe they would like us to think ahead as a bigger scope of work, something like this. And they want to know about the secure city data storage and the management system. This is very important when we plan about the smart city project. The government quite concerned about the security. Not the security right now. We have another policy on the data privacy. We need to be careful before we start on the project, and then we would like the endorsement from the government in terms of the proposal. And the last part, we have to we have to provide a sustainable plan because on the project, it's not only when the project done, but what the impact to the overall in terms of sustainable management. And the smart city, we have 7 5 of Smart City in Thailand, our project need to be rely on 7 aspects that the government are looking for. So this is the policy and the criteria that we need to consider before we talk about smart city in Thailand, and we need to align together with public sector, together with private sector. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Derek. So it's my understanding that actually government need a very good planning before they starting any city project, right? I believe there are long discussion, right? So how about in Indonesia? Any comment from you? How's the things happen in India, in Indonesia? The policy, the measures and model.
Yeah, thank you, Terence. I think everybody knows, lack of planning and strategy lead to poor result and bring project failure, especially on smart city. And this situation is a classic issue where frequently occurred within the government organizations in the context of smart city. Currently, there are several cities that already implemented digital initiatives to cut long processes and bureaucracy or development of city applications. For example, like single window city, etc., etc. So then, I think the challenge later, they need ability to manage the data that retrieve from the applications. Unfortunately, this initiative was not really successfully executed in most of cities in Indonesia, and stopped not long after the launch. Silos, infrastructure readiness, or unclear roadmap sometimes become two causes for that failure. So learning from that point, central government of Indonesia started in 2017 the initiative program called Movement 100 Smart City. Through this program, central government Indonesia, they release guidance and framework for developing smart city, and this one resulting smart city master plan. So by having this one, municipal has identified their vision, mission, defining roadmap, all the program and priorities development, defining measurement tools and evaluations, defining organization, and also the supported regulations. I think as a summary, Smart City Master Plan in Indonesia hopefully will ensure all the pain points, program and initiatives, infrastructure readiness, monitoring and control are aligned. I think that's the key. It should be all aligned. And hopefully, by the end of the day, we'll drive to excellence executions with sustainable result by the end of the day. Over to you, Terence.
Oh, very interesting. I think Indonesia is even bigger in the ASEAN country, right? So I believe it's very complicated, right, to manage such a large country with this kind of a population. So really interested to understand more in the next step how the government drive, this policy. So maybe I would like to ask Jimmy. I think you have a lot of smart city project in Taiwan already, right? And I also understood that you have working with some partner for foreign country. So how about your experience? Do you directly work, see this policy, or your partner would manage this kind of sustainable goal on behalf? How can you share us any learning experience about this?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Terence. In order to achieve the goal of the sustainability, CIRC, we are an autonomous drone solution provider. Actually, we have our roadmap to compare with the current trend like 5G or AIoT, and we have the complete roadmap to separate different different phase to implement our solution to smart city. And like I mentioned in my presentations, in the beginning we provided a DaaS solution. That means drone as a service. We provide like from original manual control to autonomous drone solutions in the beginning, and then we are thinking about the smart city is getting smarter and smarter, and also have some of intelligence device or technology input. So basically, we are thinking in the future, all the data and all the big data and also the process will be more valued for not only smart city but also for the citizen or enterprise. So and then so we also have another team to develop we call SaaS, that is a software as a service. So that will development different kind of software or application based on the data what we capture from drones. So like we have different AI modeling from the drone for specific different applications, and some of them we also need to use the edge AI computing. So that means we have AI model and computing capability directed in the drones. So in that is for internal plan and roadmap, and like you mentioned, we also co-work with the different leaders for different industrial. So I think that another very important thing for the sustainability for smart city is to cooperate with different industrial and probably to get together for an ecosystem. Like we co-work the AI with NVIDIA and some cloud service with Microsoft Azure, and also, of course, some telecom company like for the KDDI in Japan and Zhonghua Telecom in Taiwan. All of those industrial leaders have their channel, and also they will put a different solution together to get the more powerful solution to in a smart city. So in different applications. So I think we should be one of partner and solution provider during smart city development altogether. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Ethan, I have also interested about your experience, because you are working on the AI air pollution, right? I believe you do see a lot of challenge, right, when manage a smart city, right? The quality of the air everyone we breathe, right, will be really affect our sustainability. So really want to know heard about when you do the project, how do you see how the government apply policy to ensure all the data you collect, you measure, collect, and really showing there is a sustainable smart city. Please share with us some of your experience on policy on the.
Yes, I'll start what we do in our team. So we specialize in AI-driven solutions, and we know the Taiwan government put a lot of effort into promoting IoT-related industries and policies. So we Cameo got the chance to work closely with EPA on environmental IoT projects, as like you said, especially in the air pollution issue. And one of our main projects is we take the IoT real-time data, air quality data, to do the cloud computing and also the time spatial analysis. And we do the visualization and mapping all the millions, billions data in the platform every day. And this allows people to easily understand the change of the air quality or even track the source of air pollution. So for example, from the data analysis and we were putting all the factors like time, wind direction, distance, or stuff all together into our AI algorithm, and it can help to find out like which factories are more likely to cause the air pollution. And then the local environmental protection bureaus would be able to take further inspections and ask the factories to improve their procedures going forward. And so, like you said, there are a lot of challenges in a smart city process. But in the air pollution issue in this topic, the ultimate goal is to improve the air quality and make the city become more sustainable and livable. Yeah, that's basically we use the AI solution to help the EPA and to solve this problem. Yes.
Thank you, Yiting. Very interesting. So follow up about this. Since you guys mentioned a lot about the blueprint, the framework, right? And yeah, maybe you also participate in defining the roadmap and the blueprint. So it's really interesting to know when you talk to the city government, right? So do you have set some very strict criteria to measure the success, in order to achieve the sustainability? I think Yiting mentioned very good that actually you provide the data, the result, and the government really monitoring this, right, as a dashboard, and then look at this, try to understand what happened in the city, right? Is it also something our panelists also have similar this kind of measurement dashboard when you implement a smart city project? Are you talking to this city government day to day, to ensure this sustainable goal is achievable? Maybe this time I'll start with Supayati.
Okay, thank you, Terence. I think if we talk about the context of smart city in Indonesia, it is a common practice that all the cities starting building their application, smart applications without any good planning. Smart cities just started since 2017, and then in the beginning they start the program. They don't jumping directly into deploying smart solutions, smart applications. They started with building the foundations of smart city. For example, deploying all the infrastructures needed, connecting their offices, and then how to create a single data, so then they can gather all data as a big data. But the question is how to help them, right, to get more beneficials by utilizing all the retrieved data. Currently, all of technology partner in Indonesia that have been appointed by cities providing a horizontal platform, which is a platform that can help them to, gather all the different data. This platform will provide an API that can be used to receive data stored from different applications. So sometimes we don't, invest directly on reading the data from particular sensors. We just provide the API, and then this API will collect all the data from different vertical applications. For example, probably like a smart environment solutions, right? There will be data from temperatures, pollutions, or solutions related with, disaster recovery, or some waste management, something like that. So in this platform, later on, we provide a simple and customizable dashboard. They can put any widget that they want to, put there to show particular data. But the most important thing is they can, compile all the retrieved data into, related applications, related information for certain purpose. So then the applications, for example, like vehicle management, not only working to track the assets of all the city's vehicle, but it can be connected with the other purpose, like does currently the way the city handling the waste is really good or not and meeting with their KPI or not. They can get the data starting from complaint that been reported by citizens, and then they can see the mobilizations of all the field operations, cleaning teams, whether they already solved the complaint or not. Something like that, Terence.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. So how about Thailand? Is it similar? You work with government to build a data-wise platform, and then can be accessed to understand the transparency of the city. Can you share us any idea? Is it similar approach?
Thank you. Currently in Thailand, the government still do not have a single platform for all smart city projects. So what I can see is the mobile operator will be the driver to have the platform for each operator, and they try to support to get the data. Like each platform can serve multiple projects, but by each operator. And I can see another area from the global vendor try to approach the platform to the government, but what I can see is still not clear direction in terms of driving the single platform. So meaning now the smart city in Thailand still based on the project owner and based on the key player who drive the projects. They do not yet to bring the data as a significant area for the future. Like still not yet think ahead for the big data analytics in the future. They just started from the beginning, like try to get the application complete, and then later on they will think about on how to integrate the data. So I think Thailand may be behind if compared to any other in terms of strategy. Like the government, they plan to have the data policy, but in terms of execution, I still not clear for this area. So only the business part will be more driven in terms of the solution and the data. And one more thing that I can see in Thailand, even in Dtac, what we do is we build our own ecosystem. Like we try to be a leader in terms of ecosystem co-creation. We work with the partner to build the co-creation solution, and even try to build more big data. So once we show some success case to the government, and then we propose to the government to think ahead. And in Thailand, even the government, they have many layers of the execution. On top layer, maybe they only have the policy, but at the execution layer, we need to convince. So this is the way that we are sometimes struggling in terms of looking for the single platform. But for me, I working with the key player like the industrial estates who can contribute at least more than 10% of the GDP in Thailand. That they are looking for the smart city solution, and we try to educate them to have the single platform. Right now, for example, we have the Thai plastic industrial. They build single platform for the plastic factory, which allow 2,000 factories This is some showcase that the government try to support, but it's not for the nationwide anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good start, at least in certain sector.
Right. Good start.
Interesting. Interesting. It looks like it's more a private sector driven for this
Yes.
data platform and sharing. Yeah, which is interesting. So now I'm interested to ask about Jimmy and also I think in Taiwan I heard about a lot of open data project in Taiwan, and I also recognize Taiwan is somehow in a lot of a study is quite leading in opening the data. So as you know, actually, I think a lot of intelligence will come from the data generated by sensors, by devices, right? So we really want to know, is it from your experience, do you have a single platform in Taiwan, or you see actually there are so many platforms developed from different vendor or company, and then the data couldn't be shared? And then it will be really stop, the intelligent generation, because everyone owns pieces and pieces of information, right? So do you have some view from Taiwan perspective? Maybe this time Eating, you start first. Yeah, Eating.
So about the open data, actually, in Taiwan, the government has devoted in promoting on open data and open city for a long time. They actually do a lot. Data was shared by the government, and we have like a open data one platform, and people can get all the free data from the government. And also in our project, because we work closely with EPA. EPA has also opened like the PM 2.5 IoT sensor data for a long time to the public, and they even held like competitions and encourage people to create values into those data. So we can all agree that the openness and the transparency of the data will continue to be an international trend. Because you can see like this epidemic, the issue, and we see the importance of the data transparency and then the correct information, right? So, and especially in air pollution topic, also in Taiwan, we have the LASS community, LASS, which is initiated from the citizen volunteers. And they also use the open data to monitor the air quality and share the air pollution related news. So I think in Taiwan, it's like the citizens aware the importance of the open data, and we can see the power of crowdsourcing also become more and more important. So yeah, I believe the government will be happy to see the community growing about how do we use the open data and to create different values, or even there are a lot of different platforms, but find like people can add more values and to each other, right? So I think in Taiwan we're very optimistic to see this trend of growing. Yes.
How about Jimmy, your experience?
My experience is a little special because in drone market is very new and advanced technology, actually developing very faster, especially in past 5 years. So to be honest, for the data and platform, each company is developing their own. For the drone. Currently, we don't have a single platform to put all the data from different kind of company by drone. But that is very important in drone market is we call UTM, UAV traffic management system. That is request to different different drone company to upload their data and drone information like a location, the sensor, and the drone type, etc., to let each other to know every drone in the air. Because now
For security, right?
yeah, because now still development, so probably we have to apply the permission from CAA to get the permission to fly in the air. But you can imagine in the future, it is so many drones in the air, so we need a single platform to match all the device on the air to make sure all the safety and the regulatory. So we also have one topic in drone market we call the BV loss, that is beyond visual line of sight. That is still ongoing now, and currently it's not allowed to control your drone beyond visual line. So you need to get the permission or a waive to get those kind of applications. So we are also waiting for those kind of regulatory opens that will make more potential and application in commercial use, like the delivery or other application need to fly the long distance. So back to your questions. Currently in drone market, everyone is create their own system and platform to get the data, and especially in enterprise use, they want their data just they can use, so they don't want to paper public. But for like what I mentioned for the UTN, probably we need the single platform for different drone company actually.
Yeah, I think you bring out a very good topic. Actually, so there are so many data, right? Some data may be very sensitive to for commercial purpose. So and some data may be could be more beneficial for the society wide. So how government look at this issue or this opportunity, I think it's still a long journey, right? And a lot of discussion, a lot of learning before, right? I think it's a very exciting journey to a lot of company and also government. So next topic, actually, I think Ethan already mentioned about COVID-19 epidemic. So I'm very eager to know about how's the COVID-19 impact to the smart city development. Any change for the government or your company in this period of time? Maybe some new strategy or new focus. Really eager to know more. Maybe this time I start from our solution innovator. Maybe Ethan, you start first.
Okay. Yes, I think it's very interesting topic to think about how a smart city is being not smart or strong enough to help us. Yeah, to help our society continue working safely and improve our lives. And I think, luckily, we are in Taiwan, and this time the government take timely response and actions to keep us from the community outbreaks. And at this time, I saw several things. The first one is like I said, the importance of open and correct information. How do we apply technologies to make sure there's no information gap between the government and the people, so everyone can take the right actions? And also, like for example, the IoT also can help to provide real-time monitoring data or sending the warning messages to people, such as detecting people's temperature or to see if there's too many people gathering in one place. We saw a lot of this application. So also again, like what our team did in the PM 2.5 warning system, we send message the local environmental bureaus, and when the concentration is too high, and we can help people make quick response and decisions. And secondly, how do we keep all kinds of still all the connections under the social distance policy, right? Well, I think our company is a very good example. Actually, at Cameo company, all the employees works remotely already for many years. Like me, I'm in the coffee shop now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, right, we've been very familiar with all the online tools or syncing our work. Yeah, and we've been also we've been developing RPA, which is robotic process automation for our clients, so they can use this kind of tool to reduce the repeating task, and so people may save their time or journey to work. So we can avoid many social distance, and so yeah, technology like this become more important than ever, and the purpose of the transfer from saving money or saving people manpower to saving lives. Yeah, I think it's a very interesting thought, and this is something I never thought about before. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, thanks for your insight. Jimmy, how about what you see similar in Taiwan?
Yes, I think actually some public authority like laws in Madrid, Daegu, and Dubai have started using a method like drones and other innovation solutions to dispatch the service actually. And drone have become a very important tool in fighting in the COVID-19 pandemic, helping to create the more flexible supply chain and social distance delivery service. So actually, for drone, I think that is because we talk about a deliver or any the innovation topics this years, but actually we face the COVID-19 and the progress and the resource and the application from different enterprise is speed up actually.
Wow.
So actually we also co-work with the e-commerce in Japan, company in Japan, largest e-commerce, and we are developing the delivery service to deliver the food or things go through by island actually. So I think that is very interesting to even though the COVID-19 is very impact everyone, every company, but actually we also create more innovation method or solution during those kind of case, like a SaaS. Yes, so I think that is what I think. Yeah.
Good. I think really appreciate your innovation right now can be applied to benefit for the city, for the people, right? So, Super Yadi, how about you? What do you see from this impact? How has the change for the smart city initiative?
Okay, thank you, Terence. I think almost the same like in other country. Yeah, the pandemic forces all the cities to expedite the implementations of smart city program even faster than before. We see that due to the COVID-19, municipal try to accelerate the implementations all digital technology. For example, like more online public services, like opening, release new applications for receiving online permit or working request, something like that. E-health also, we see lots of e-health applications started working together with regional government to help the handling the COVID as well. So in this crisis handling, all municipal found the importance of having single data that can be accessed by all stakeholders. I think explanations before mentions the data transparency is very important, right? They need to have similar data across all the functions. So then that's why they push. Currently, they try to allocating a budget from previously to be used for building infrastructures for smart city into the small allocations for developing digital applications in order to accelerate digital solutions for several cases, several purpose. So I think the answer, yes, COVID-19, beside all the worst thing, it comes with the positive impact for the other area, especially on development of smart city. Thank you.
Very good, very good. Nari?
Yes, thank you. For Thailand, I would like to talk in two areas. First, the impact and the innovation during the COVID-19. The main application that I have seen, the government, they have the healthcare solution for all the nation. So we bring the thermal detector and monitoring for all area, not only the at the healthcare segment, even at the building. All building have the thermal scan, and they also have the the entry cleaning room, when the people entry to the gate, so it have automatically cleansing about the body before enter to the room or enter to the building. So this kind of application can be helping by the university, and even some application from robotics also help during very severe cases happen at the beginning. But after the solution had been decreasing, I saw some rollout from the government. They try to gather single data, but it's not more high tech like the people when enter to the building. Each building and each shopping mall need to scan the QR code. The people need to interact with the touch point that they are access to. At the beginning, the government, they try to track by the application or even from the mobile data, but I think it cannot be done. That is why it's still manual. The people need to use the QR code to scan for each location that they are going to. So initially, I can see from the single data collecting that the government try to do. Another case in the e-commerce and logistics is quite popular during the COVID-19, and many people, they order the food from the delivery. They do not go out at anywhere. So some tracking for the e-commerce are quite also increasing during the COVID situation. And one more thing, work online. Not only work online, we have many activity online, like even some training, like a gym training, also have online, or many activity, even the consulting online also quite happen. And like we talk about new normal after the the COVID situation had been better. The online will be more convenient with the people, and they even at a meeting, they do not need to meet each other. They always have the communication online.
Yeah.
In terms of the smart city project that we are planning to build more project, the government, they support at the SME. They build some solution to help the SME at the factory to put less of investment on the platform. So the government, they work with the innovation department to build some complete platform for SME. We have Thailand 4.0 for industrial, but after the COVID, some project had been stopped. But only the SME that we try to, take care because they do not have much funding, right? The government will put more innovation at this area. And for the big enterprise, we still have some project going on. And after the COVID-19, I can see the request from the enterprise looking for IoT solution, AI, or even 5G. It's quite drive the technology fast as expected. This is something good as something challenging for COVID-19 for Thailand.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think thank you everyone for your sharing insight for today. It's really helpful to understand what happened in Indonesia, Thailand, Taiwan, and also some other country. Very grateful to have all of you. Thank you very much for your timing. Looking forward, we can meet face to face very soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.